Make sure you join us if you're going to be in Orlando on WrestleMania Sunday from 1 to 3 p.m. in the afternoon, 6 miles from the stadium. Wing Shack Sports Bar. Chairshot Reality will be there with our special guest, badass Billy Gunn from D-Generation X. Free Q&A going to be taking place with Billy Gunn. $10 meet and greet if you want to get a picture or an autograph with him. $10, that's a deal. You won't find that anywhere else. We're going to be raffling off a pair of SmackDown Live tickets for 2 days later in Orlando, courtesy of Ticket King. Great drinks, great food. Make sure you come join us 1 to 3 p.m. April 2nd, WrestleMania Sunday in Orlando. It is going to be a good time. Guys, one of the hot topics we will certainly be talking about there at the sports bar is one of the mini matches that night, which is The Undertaker versus Roman Reigns. We have discussed some of the build before. Obviously, we'll make our final predictions next week. But let's talk about what a lot of people just are chattering about. And this is inevitable chatter every year, but maybe even more so this year because of a lot of situations, maybe because of how he looks. And that is this the last match for The Undertaker?
I don't think it is. I mean, Roman Reigns even mentioned, I think, in a promo, he said, I'm going to retire him or something like that.
Shawn Michaels, he said.
Yeah, so I mean, they could tease that every single year, and it could not happen. We'd be fooled by that, but I don't know. I don't see it as his last match. I think WWE really ultimately wants to announce that something's going to be his final match or a stipulation of his last match. I would
agree.
Because it'll draw that much more.
I would agree, but let's also keep in mind that if they might not think this is his last match, but if he goes in there and then he has to have whatever medical treatment afterwards and like he just physically
can't do it.
This might become his last match regardless of whether he wants or they want
or the outcry
to.
If Roman,
that's unfortunate
if
because
Roman
they should
Reigns
be able to get
one. If Roman's the one.
It's unfortunate because they should be able to get. I mean, that's huge. That's huge value if you advertise.
And if that happens, poor Roman, he just can't catch a break. They push him, nothing happens. Everybody boos him anyway. Then he gets a match with The Undertaker, and he ends up unexpectedly retiring. Not good.
I don't think The Undertaker's retiring. Just like you said, I would hope there will be some type of big situation in which they announce it. Unfortunately, if we want heat on Roman, if they wanted to go that route, that would be major heat. And if they do want to go that route, that would kind of be like the emergency button to push if all else fails.
Yeah.
So,
I think it's like I said, I think you would not want to miss out on that advertising opportunity to build to this being his last match with a stipulation that it could be his last match. But of course, again, nature might come into play. Any which way, you want whatever The Undertaker does next year is a real significance because next year they're back in New Orleans. Of course, that's where he lost a streak. So whether that's his last match or whether that's the city he goes in the Hall of Fame, whatever the case may be.
I think no matter what, if he after this match is done, if he says I can go for one more, he can't wrestle for until then.
Yeah.
He has to be off TV. No random.
What if it meant him having to skip a year in Mania?
I don't care if he has to announce the match the next year, just like.
No, but wouldn't that be weird if he fights at 33 here next week and he doesn't fight again until 35?
Oh, 35? No.
That's what I'm talking about. Can he miss a Mania?
No.
Ooh, yeah.
He's got to keep a Mania.
You got to make it happen.
So he's got to heal within 12 months.
You think you're going to wait? That's fine. 12 months is fine. You just don't show
almost 50 years old. You get a hip surgery. You never know.
You have the same thing happen with Shane and AJ. Cena's like, I don't have a guy to fight. And boom, Taker comes out.
Well, we're going to toss it down to Florida. Josh Eisenberg has his thoughts, and I think Josh is going to tell us why this will not be Undertaker's last match.
Well, The Undertaker versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania is definitely a match that's gotten people talking, guys. And a lot of your points are very solid, talking about The Undertaker's career, how his health has looked ever since this feud ignited in January. I do think The Undertaker is not going to retire after this match, much to a lot of people's beliefs. I understand his body is taking a toll, but he is training for a couple of months a year. He gets 8 or 9 months off to really rehab and to do everything he needs to do to put on a 10, 15-minute match at WrestleMania. And I understand that he's been doing this for quite some time and he should retire. I think it's time for him to retire. But WWE is going to market the hell out of The Undertaker's last match at WrestleMania, a career match for him. And especially with the world of part-timers right now, I do see The Undertaker, Triple H, even guys like The Rock, Brock Lesnar, Goldberg. I mean, there's an opportunity for WWE to put 2 part-time guys in the ring and do a career versus career match. I think that's the best way to do it for The Undertaker. Put his career on the line, against somebody else's career on the line and give a little bit of a, well, I wonder who's actually going to hang up the boots. At the end of the day, it's going to be The Undertaker, but this is not the time for The Undertaker to retire. He still has some left in the tank. I'm excited to see what happens with him at WrestleMania against Roman Reigns. It's not going to be one of his great matches against Shawn Michaels or against Triple H from 5+ years ago. But what is going to happen is The Undertaker and Roman Reigns are going to slug it out like they need to and give us that WrestleMania moment. And Roman Reigns, this should be the time. This needs to be the time that Roman Reigns finally turns heel. 100% opportunity for Roman Reigns. Now, my prediction is going to be confirmed next week live with you guys on CSR, Justin and Juice. I can't wait to get back right next to you guys. But I do think right now, and it's going to change, but right now, The Undertaker should and will win this match. Check back with me next week for my official prediction for this WrestleMania match. But I do think, like I said, The Undertaker, he has so much more left in one more big match. Career versus career is how they need to build it. Stick around, more Chair Shot reality coming all weekend long, including my NXT in 90 predictions. Prediction time for TakeOver in Orlando.